What's up, everybody?
Boom, boom, bam.
Well, we had John up here. We got Andrew. We got Stan up here tonight. We got Big Wrench. We got Cocaine Cat. We got James. Who else we got in there? We got Jeremy.
I ain't touching nothing.
Rio Catfishing.
Forgot to pull up the chat.
We got Guerrero. Thanks for coming in.
What's up, Guerrero?
We got Patrick in here.
Yes, indeed.
We
Big
got
Ranch.
Shirley T in here.
What's up, Shirley T?
So you guys know the Sunday night thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Kick back, relax.
yeah.
But tonight we do got a couple announcements.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the first one out of the way right now. I just wanted to let y'all know that we are not sponsored by these nuts. Hey Stan, we've been missing that for a few weeks.
well, I'm glad you brought these nuts back in
Yeah.
time for my appearance tonight.
Butterflies and sunshine. Thanks for coming in.
What's up, butterflies? Good to see you, Patrick. Oh man, what would a show be without these nuts? I'm telling you.
That's right. I mean, I don't know what happened, but I mean, it just slipped my mind all this time about these nuts. But we back on track with them now, though. You know.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I see people commenting that you got the better looking Dufour up online tonight.
Yeah.
What the wow? Great.
Yeah.
I can't believe. Woo.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So-
I heard they are in. I heard that John is in the works of talking with these nuts about sponsoring the show.
You ain't lying.
You never know. You never know.
You know. Hey, look, never count out the nut. But you never know what can happen. It's either gonna work or they're gonna get cracked. One of the two.
Crappy Day Fish on. What's up? What's up? Hey James, how's it going?
What's up, Crappie Day?
James says you love them nuts, buddy. Wow. Well, you know what? With an introduction
man.
like that, there's only one place the show can go from there, and that's up. I'm just saying.
You ain't lying.
Oh man. Oh man.
Good
Well,
old
how is
community.
everybody's week out there? It's been by Virginia standards, it's been hot here.
Well, let me explain it to you. I'm gonna say it in a nice way. Hotter than devil's urine.
Wow, that's pretty dang hot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's been hot here too.
We at 97 right now.
Whoop.
Uh-oh.
He done hit the wrong button.
Yep. You see, you further north than me, big boy. There he is. Uh-huh. You shouldn't have done it to Mama. Mama took care of you quick, didn't you? Took you out.
Man.
Somehow we went yesterday. We found a way to skunk brim fishing.
That ain't good.
It's getting bad.
That's when you know it's hot out. When you skunk brim
Yeah.
fish, you know it's hot outside. That's
Yeah. Little tiny 3-foot deep lake.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Having it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was hot and good, boy.
Yeah, Friday finally went. I did some bait fishing myself. Caught some perch, bluegill, got a couple crappie. Perch was probably about 8-10 inches.
There you go.
I ain't eat them. I'm gonna use them for bait eventually.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Got a few left that are alive. Put them in the fish tank. Audra don't want to get rid of them now.
Oh, they're a beautiful fish tank fish. Some little perch, and that
I mean,
is
the perch didn't make it. The bluegill got one bluegill and two sunfish and one black crappie. And I was just like, do we gotta use them for bait? Yeah, we do. They produce bigger fish.
We were technically trying to catch big ones to eat.
That didn't happen, did it?
I know. I need to quit talking about it. It just makes it sound bad.
That's all right. That's all right.
It don't feel good either, huh?
It was still better than
What's
going to
up,
work.
Maurice Cason?
Well, you're right about that. It does feel better than going to work.
Yeah, yesterday we got bad storms. And then in the evening it started raining and thundering again, and power went out for about an hour and a half. Wasn't too bad, but it was like, wow, really?
Yeah. Well, that's cool. But Andrew, you got anything to bring up right quick?
Yeah.
I think you got something too, huh, Stan?
What's that? Me?
You got something to bring up here in a little bit too?
Probably. I always got something to bring up.
Okay. Well, big Andrew Tank over there, he gonna do what he get that out.
I'll get it out of the way. Well, River Cats Tackle on July 4th, we're going to an event in Avoyelles Parish, Louisiana, in Marksville. There is the annual Avoyelles Arts and Music Festival. Huge event, 10,000 more plus people, car show, indoor, music vendors, everything. And River Cats Tackle will be there. Several of the pro staff should be there. The ones able to get off work, want to come meet and greet, want to come see some products, want to learn how to fish, want to learn how to set up rigs, want to buy some stuff. Whatever you want to do, we'll be there in force with all the products to show off. We'll be selling. We'll be talking, probably talking mess, but we'll be there talking to people. Anybody want to come hang out, come meet, even if you want to buy something or not, come hang out with us.
You're right, Big Wrench. We do need to learn how.
That's
Hey,
that's right.
It's our stuff is not just for really good experienced fishermen. It could be the first pole you buy.
Yep.
And I've put that out, especially that albatross. I put it in the hands of several people that said they've never been able to throw a bait caster before. And I set them two tensioners right, and they threw that sucker out just fine.
That's all it takes, man. It's just a little bit of teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, not even the albatross, just the regular
any one of
Mariner
them.
reel.
Yeah.
One of them.
922 Crappie Barbecue. Been a spin cast guy his whole life.
Yeah.
And he ended up getting I can't remember what benefit it was for, but him and you were talking and got some things. Man, anyways, he ended up getting a reel for himself, and he's like, man, I don't know why I put these off so long. He's like, I don't know what I did without him before, and that's just your regular original 6,000 Ancient Mariner, and he loves it. Smooth reel. So yeah, I agree, Andrew, for great casting reel. I think hands down it casts better than Abu. It performs better than Abu. It's smoother. Just my opinion.
Now I have one question, Staya.
What's that?
Has D let you use it yet?
Nope. Nope.
Hey, boy.
But we're gonna be working on that. We're working on getting some other ones in.
What you say,
What's
JG?
up, JG Hill?
What's up, JG?
Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Cutting up a Creech.
What's up, Creech?
We try to kill a few cats every now and then, Creech.
Yeah. Yeah, it amazed me the number of people that either never fished or never used a bait caster at all that was able to throw those Ancient Mariner reels successfully, no backlash, and far. pretty far.
Yep.
When is
That
that?
festival is July 4th, on July 4th in Marksville, Louisiana, at the Paragon Casino Resort.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That was Big French was asking again.
That sounds like a good time right there.
It is. I've been every year with different organizations and reasons. I showed a Bronco there before. There's a lot to do at that event, and there's lots of kid-friendly, wives, everybody. There's stuff for everybody at that big event.
That is awesome.
That's awesome.
We're just trying to add to it.
That's it. Add a little flavor with it. That's all we're trying to do.
What's up, Fishhead? Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a fireworks show that night as well after the event.
Man, who doesn't like fireworks? I'm telling you.
Exactly.
Oh, it's a full-on July 4th celebration. There's parades. There's
You're not a firework person, John?
No. Because usually what happens, Stan, what happens is I got to work the day after the 4th.
All right.
And the firecrackers keep me up till 2 o'clock in the morning. So
yeah, all right. I get you.
Don't forget the booth's gonna be inside in the AC.
that's it.
Yeah, JG, that's exactly right.
And speaking of booths, while it's on my mind, don't forget we will also be at the Mississippi River Monsters Mega Bucks, July 27th and 28th in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Yeah,
where not only will we have a booth, but we have this sponsored Creole catfishing rig going out there trying to win the tournament.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be something? Now, I believe Captain Spiro's going out fishing then, right?
He's going to be on the boat also.
He's going to be on the boat.
And Rich, if you come over here, pop firecrackers across the street, I'll flatten your tires. No. I won't flatten his tires. I got something better for it.
Yep, you're right, Stan. Captain Spiron will be on the boat, and Parker Pursuits will be on the boat.
I'm not going to cut Big Rich's tires.
There's a lot of experience going out there.
I wouldn't cut his tires, but I'd keep him off the boat.
That'd be awesome seeing Captain get his hands on some big old catfish, whether it be flatheads or blues.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get to feel the fight on those. There's just something different about you get that monster catfish and you got that weight on there, and it's just a little different than most other fish fight, and it's hard to describe. You can see the videos and you can see the things, but it's just, you get that monster 50, 60, 70, 80 pound flathead blue, it's going to fight. They're each going to fight a little different, but you just can't describe it until you go through it.
Yeah.
And I really think they have a good shot of making day 2, because I think Jeremy told me it's the top 25 make day 2.
Yeah.
And this is the same stretch of water we fish, just what I think he told me 50 miles north of us or something.
Yeah.
It's the same water.
Yeah, 50 miles when you're talking about blue cats and stuff, that's nothing. That's a day's travel time for them. That's nothing.
Yeah.
It is technically within one long boat ride of where we normally fish. Very long, but it's there.
Yes.
Now we fish. We all fish different areas of the country here. When it gets hot like this, what are some tactics that y'all do? Like, do you? I know. Jeremy still fishes during the day. Y'all still fish during the day and stuff. But what do you change? Do you look for deep water? Do you look for more current? Do you look for structure? Is there anything that you change when it is this hot out like this?
Me, myself, being bank fisherman, I look for the shade tree, man.
Yeah. I do think that question could be split in half because the start of the heat, you're dealing with spawn, and then you have late July into August, miserable heat, but at least they're not spawning.
There you
Thanks.
go.
Thanks for coming in, Antoine.
What's up, Antoine? Thanks for coming in, man.
But yeah, right at this point in time, Stan, it doesn't matter catch or no catch as long as I'm on the water. And then when the tops on the boat don't have much shade anymore, I find trees.
There you go.
And I show the boat up on the bank under a tree.
There you go.
Hey, you catch a fish, you catch a fish. You don't, you don't. Oh, well.
Yeah. Now I know here in Virginia, one of the things we'll look for is we will look for some deep water holes that have some ledges and then some shallow flats, and because then way at night it cools down. Usually it cools down here at night into like the 60s. So that's when they'll come up that out of that deep water. They'll come right up the ledge. As its dust starts coming in, they'll come up the ledge, and then as it starts getting darker, they move out into that shallow flat because that shallow flat is gonna cool down the quickest. So I know that's what we look for, deep holes with a ledge, with some other things like that. We also look because the James isn't a really fast river, so you look for sometimes we'll look for a deeper hole with more current coming into it because that'll cool it down a little bit as well. So that's something else that we do here.
Yeah.
What's up, Muskrat? We got Keith Doc Reed in here.
And Stan, I know.
I just got a, y'all can't read it, but I just got an alert on the phone.
Dangerous heat. Oh.
I guess I'm staying home.
Monday.
And Stan, I know you say deep to shallow flats. Deep shallow is relative to everybody. When you say a shallow flat, what kind of numbers in water depth you looking at?
That's a great point. That's a great point because yes, it is. Everybody's going to have different shallow to some maybe 20 feet and under, where in some places that's deep. Shallow is 10 feet, and it can go up to, we've caught them as in shallow as 3 and 4 feet of water, where they're hitting the baits that we're dragging, and you can hear it hit on top of the water. That's how shallow that, and they'll come right up into there if that's where the bait is moving up into. And we've got holes here as deep as 70 feet, but a deeper hole, probably you're looking in the 40-foot range, right about in there. And that's, that's about the average there. But again, it depends on, the James is kind of a different river because the upper James is not a tidal river and it's shallower. So a deep spot up there is, 20 foot is a really deep hole. A lot of that is only, 3-4 foot deep through a good stretch of the upper James. Then you've got from Richmond on down, probably the average deep depth there is like 20 something feet. There's a few deeper holes. So, again, 25 to 30 foot is really deep up there. Oh my goodness. What's up, kitten?
It's like, put me down.
He decided to jump up. Go on.
And then as you move further down past towards Hopewell and then further on down where you get into the bigger water, there's some 90-foot, 100-foot holes down there where that's your deep water.
Right. Because I know Jeremy was kind of educating me because I'm not great on the thermodynamics of water.
Yep.
Because of the brim fishing, he was telling me about thermocline.
Yep.
That's a new concept to me. And the stuff you're saying is affected differently, like you said, river, tidal river, and then stillwater lake. Heat affects all that differently, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like in the river where you got the current mixing the water up, you really don't deal with the thermocline as much. Now, if there's we have pits and whatnot that come off of the river. Down there we call them different. I think it'd be called different lakes and whatnot, where it's just coming off. It's still part of the river, but there's not really a lot of current. And there you might have some thermocline because water's just not turning it over enough.
Right.
But most of the time when it's got current, it's rolling that, it's turning it over so that thermocline doesn't get a chance to form.
Yeah.
I don't know who asked that question first to you, but there's a lot of answers depending on situation for that heat time situation.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I said, mine is I'll fish until it gets really hot and the sun gets in the right position and I lose shade. I don't care where it's at. The boat's hitting the bank under a tree.
Muskrat said the Ohio River gets slow enough at times where it can get a
There you go.
thermocline.
Wow. Yeah,
and, we haven't had rain here in weeks and weeks, and the water level's down and the flow is down. So yeah, there may be certain sections where, those back coves and the things like that where it's just not enough to do it. Yeah.
What's up, John boys?
that's how I caught my. I haven't really flathead fished in a long time, but I did. I caught my PB flathead. Jeremy swears it's about 12 pounds, but we never actually weighed it. And we were fishing off the Mississippi in a little connecting channel between a gigantic oxbow and the actual Mississippi. And this channel was maybe 15 feet deep, and we were fishing the mouth of a bayou coming into the channel in about 12 feet of water. And me and Jeremy were being all careful, watching our feet, because like, oh my God, we're so shallow compared to what we're used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working on the video for it now. I think I'm scheduled to put that out Thursday. It'll be out, but it was weird for us because we're in such small water in that little channel, in that little bayou.
I'm not a big fan of shallow water.
You know what, dude? I wasn't either. I was old school with it. A lot of old school fishing. You don't shallow water and catfish don't go together. And I still think that another thing that's relative is what people search for. And you can catch big fish, and big fish here. We do have 100+ pound fish. I'm not going to say you can find them up in 3 feet of water. I don't know if that's going to be enough water to sustain them there, but I'm saying big, like 40s, 50s, 60s. You can find those up in that shallow water. But that biggest fish that's out there, I think day in and day out, they're hanging out in that deep water because they can. I don't think they're doing a lot of moving up into the shallow type stuff, and that I think that biggest fish, but that percentage of fish that's out there that's a really decent, your 40s, 50s, 60s, they will move up into that shallow water.
Right.
JG, Tank is Jeremy's brother.
What's up, 922?
Oh boy, here we go. 922. You got your coffee?
Man, my shallow water is what, 3-4 foot. My deep water is about 20 foot at the most.
I wouldn't hardly know how to catfish in that.
No.
When me and Jeremy say at the beginning of the Atchafalaya where you see him most, when we say we found the shallow edge, it's usually 25 to 30 feet on the shallow part and dips down to 60 to 80.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's the shallow water for me.
I was going to say, I remember talking with Jeremy, and he's talking about shallow water, and the same thing came up. Well, it's relative to where, and he's like, yeah, it's 22 to 25 foot, and that's shallow.
Yeah. In our river and John's, it's the same river, pretty much. Yeah, 20 feet's right against the bank.
Yeah.
There ain't much of it.
I got some spots over here where I fish that you ain't but maybe 20 foot from the bank, 25, and there's a 66, 67 foot hole.
Now, if I can ever get out on Lake Michigan, deep water is over 900 feet. So,
Oh, yeah, you want to be smart about it, ain't you, Lance?
That's a lot of water.
Yeah.
That's a big reel to spool enough line for that hole.
What'd you say, Parker?
What's up, Parker?
Here we go again.
Yeah, you definitely.
It's about to take a turn.
Yeah, John. What's the deepest hole you know of on your stretch of the Mississippi?
My stretch, it depends on water level. At its lowest point, it's 146, 147 when the river's at around 17 foot.
And that's at low river stage.
Yeah.
So that hole almost touches 200 feet at flood stage.
Yeah, it's close.
Wow. 922.
But did you catch a fish in that hole?
I have. The day Braden was on the boat for the kids tournament, we was fishing in 127 foot of water.
Oh, wow.
And he had, what was that stand? 17 fish?
I think so.
17 fish at 200 pounds.
Wow. I think the deepest I've pulled a fish out of was that spot we call the honey hole, and it was maybe 90 that day.
Yeah. Well, that poor little fella had time on his hands. Trust me.
That's a lot of reeling. No wonder he was tired.
And look, he really didn't have much break in between.
Nope.
He didn't.
Parker.
He didn't have. He worked. Trust me. You know, the worst part was we had to sit on the bow of the boat and watch that rod just pull and pull and pull, waiting on him to get a fish in.
Oh.
But it was fun.
This segment has been brought to you by D's Nuts.
That's right. It has been brought to you by these nuts.
You see what Parker said, John?
I'm not repeating what Parker
I try
said.
not to even see what Parker says because
No.
it doesn't move fast and I can't see it.
Shirley T said I had to look twice. I had to look twice at the name Tank. She thought Jeremy was up here.
Oh, yeah. I've been on Jeremy's channel since before he started putting on YouTube, but I'm often behind the camera, so you catch glimpses of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we
If
all
I'm
know
there,
that,
I'm probably filming.
We all know that Jeremy Creel. He's a camera hog there. You could say it's okay, Andrew. We know. We understand.
Actually, I'll be honest with you. It's funny how much he doesn't want me to put his face on things. He argues with me every time I make a thumbnail with his face on it. I guarantee there was an argument that he didn't want to see his own face on a thumbnail. And I'd have to tell him, "You're the talent now. I'm putting your face out there."
That's right. That's right.
I will tell the embarrassing stories of him if people have questions.
Parker, you are not right at all.
Well, you heard that. So what kind of embarrassing stories does anybody want to hear out there about Creel? Jeremy said he's not wrong.
Wow.
That's right. He is Creole catfishing after all. There you go.
Yep.
James said they're going to head up your way next, John, since they have that pontoon now.
Creech ought to have his getting ready for that grandbaby in the next couple of weeks.
You saying better fishermen between me and Jeremy?
Probably.
That would be strictly species dependent.
Oh, there you go.
Is what if we're going after catfish, him because he has the gear. Any small fish, it's me because I've done it. I've just done it a lot more.
And you have the gear.
Yeah, there's a very hard line on who owns which sets of gear.
Yeah, we have that same thing here.
Yeah.
Patrick Gray said so. Andrew, we're all ears.
I think if I had the time and money and stuff to learn catfishing, I could put him a hell of a competition, I believe. I've told him that. But he learned it all, so I just kind of go with him and chill. I haven't had to learn strictly catfish that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, James, I'm coming to catch sharks at some point. That's too much fun.
Give it time. Creo will catch them. He'll be catching them.
He's scared of them.
Man, sharks
wanna
are
touch
fun to catch.
What, that shark? That shark ain't gonna do you nothing. All you gotta do is stay away from his mouth.
I'll take a shark before a big garfish any day.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I tell you what, a 4-foot gator gar sure makes a pretty hole in a cast net.
I don't know about pretty, but it makes the hole.
Oh, no, it's pretty. I mean, it's a perfect hole. And it was, the worst part was, it was brand new. Just came out of the box.
It might have been Jeremy who was telling me earlier today somebody recently got their leg or arm cut open by one. Somebody was telling me that recently.
Parker said, screw them, gar.
But they taste so good.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah,
I
they do.
love gar.
Man, I've had smoked gar down in Texas, and that stuff is good.
If anybody that when y'all come close enough will make some garfish boulettes in a gravy.
Oh,
yeah, gar balls and gravy.
Whew. I know John's had that.
Oh yeah, Stan's had it before.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Stan. That is literally my death row meal. If they ask, what do I want?
Hey, fellas, I just received a picture. Everybody, if you're curious and wondering about how sharp the German alloy hook is, okay, that's the tooth pad.
Wow.
Through the tooth pad. They're sharp.
Gar balls
I'm trying to see if I learn how to share a photo where it comes up bigger.
Man, I ain't even going.
There it is.
There you go. See, that's why I don't do nothing around him.
You got it, Andrew.
I don't do nothing around that dude. That dude get me in trouble.
Did that hook pass through the jaw lip? Not behind
the tooth pad.
Right through the tooth pad.
And he
That's
just told me,
impressive.
and he said it is still sharp.
Well, you can still see the tip has not. You still see the point on that tip. You know, I'm right here next to my phone, so I'm really looking close at it. But I can still see that tip is not bent over. It's not. Yeah. That's still a point. That's still a point.
Oh, that's JG, that pork is still in the oven.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I just, I just get outside, Lance. They're looking for you.
They ain't looking for me. These idiots, man. They be honking the horn and.
That's a popo.
Taxi here. Did you see muskrat? How many gar do you have to catch to have enough gar balls to make a gravy?
That depends on the size, because one good sized gar will feed half an army.
Well, it depends on the gar.
There you go.
I know what you meant by that, and I'm not going to go there.
Antoine
That's
said,
right. Andrew keeping it above the line here.
Antoine said, not these nuts.
That's why, see, I used the phrase boulettes to avoid that.
What's up, Fever?
Well, Andrew, you know it's going to come out, about the maturity level of 12-year-olds, and that's pretty much where we stay.
Oh no, they know I'm there too. I just have a switch when I'm in public.
Man, y'all don't look at that last comment.
What the? Oh my gosh.
Leave it alone.
Yeah. Yep. No.
Parker. Goodness.
I lost my comment section.
I agree. I
Oh,
agree,
Parker.
Muskrat. Damn, Jerry. I do.
Parker off the top rope. Yeah. Yeah. You know.
Hey,
Hey, Parker, we're live. I don't know if you. I
Muskrat.
don't know.
Just, I mean, I don't know what to do with Jerry, but we deal with this every Sunday. You know,
Jerry, we're live. I don't know if you realize it or not, Jerry, but we're live.
Jerry don't care.
Oh man.
Didn't John have something to announce too?
Just nothing real special. Not too much. But well, we can go ahead and get that out of the way if you want, and then we'll get to Stan here in a minute.
Yeah,
But
I can share my screen showing it.
as of yesterday, River Cat's Tackle is officially on Amazon. We easing forward. I ain't saying we up getting up the hill. We just easing forward.
There we go.
Congratulations, John. Congratulations.
No, that's to all these guys, man. Everybody's they put in a lot for this, man.
Absolutely. I know that's one of the things that you've talked a lot about is that you know, with just one, you don't do it with just one person. It's the entire team.
It's everybody.
And I know in speaking with Creole how much you know, input that they've had over that.
Yeah, they've all. I mean, every one of them has a lot to do with this. You know, it's everybody.
You got James out there saying, "Let's go." Cutting up. Hell yeah. The Rebel River Cat's awesome. Fishing Fever awesome. JG Hill cool. Big Ranch hit the thumbs up. That's right. That's right.
It was a whole lot of time and phone calls and a whole bunch of stuff to get there.
Jerry's out there telling us to get our minds out of the gutter. What the what?
I'll just add 20 of those to my cart while we're here.
Yeah.
Hey, 922, call me anytime. You know that. Phone calls are welcome. You know it.
Fishing Fever said, what's better for RTC? For us to buy from the website or Amazon? Or is there no difference? No difference.
Website. The Amazon part is just mainly for the internet warriors that prefer to use Amazon. Because there's a lot of people that ask, are you on Amazon?
Right.
You know, that's what it is. It's a lot of ask about it. That's why it's like that. No, we ain't taking it by storm, Jerry, but we're giving her hell.
Yeah, I think, is it even slightly cheaper for the consumer straight on the website, John?
Yeah.
Well, and then especially when you use codes like LM10.
Yeah. But it's you know, it's just like Patrick Gray just said, man, you'd be surprised that the people would rather use Amazon over going to somebody's website. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It's crazy.
And if anybody that has used these hooks already, if you want to go leave a review for us, by all means.
Yeah,
that also
that'll help.
helps.
If you've already used them, just go over to Amazon and leave a review.
Muskrat,
Honest review.
we ain't big
Yeah.
time, brother. We just trying to get it to move forward and help other people also. That's all.
Oh, excuse me.
Yep,
Well,
there's
remind me.
LM10, Creole 10, all of them have one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got mine LM10, we got Creo 10, we got
You
DSO 10,
you right, JG. They it's
and then
the
DOS
security for a
10.
lot of them.
I think I have a code too, but I forgot what it is already.
We got
Don't
we
ask
got
me.
Parker 10, I believe.
Don't ask me what his code is. Hey,
I just go through Creoles.
you're right,
Heck yeah.
Parker. We do
Yeah,
have
got
Parker,
one.
exactly.
Stan. Didn't you have one?
Yeah, I said I even got one.
You remember?
2 stands 10.
Okay. All right. I'm just making sure because I sure don't remember.
I think Wrench might be right. You might have made it tank 10.
Yeah, is it tank 10?
Yeah, you
JG
use any of them
said,
codes,
JG said tank 50.
save you some money.
James, I never got one. I see how much I'm loved around here. Yeah, James is upset now. Yeah. Okay, you look smart, but you go check it out because she just said it's Bayou Hunter 10.
Oh, there you go. You can't get nothing past Miss Stephanie there. That's for sure.
No,
Nope.
Nope.
ain't happening.
And I'm really in trouble if her and Diane are talking together. You ain't getting nothing, John. Right? We can't even get not even an ounce of an eye look the other way. Can't get it past either one of them. So
No, we're in a bind. We're in a bind. Patrick Gray, what is Pat's?
Yeah, I can't remember Pat's. I know there's
Huh? Hey, Pat's is a real good one. PG-10.
Hey,
PG-10. What are you doing? Going to the movies? Nope. I'm going to buy some fishing stuff.
That's what I'm screaming. Yes, indeed. But
and on top of all that, free shipping.
Stan,
Yeah.
did you have something to bring up?
I don't know.
Yeah, you was talking this morning on your show about something.
Well, I got a lot of things going on right now.
About somebody this morning on your show.
Oh, all right. Well, first thing is we got the King of the Tennessee coming up this next Saturday night. So I'm going against Dustin there. That's one thing. Also after that, we are going to be having we're going to be doing a benefit probably a week or so after that. So, we'll have some more information out about that. Definitely look out for that. We'll get the thumbnails and we'll get all that worked out. And then we'll have a bigger announcement about that once we get all the people together and what we're going to be raffling off, et cetera, et cetera. But that information will all be coming out probably within the week, probably during the King of the Tennessee is when we'll announce all that and have that all set up by then.
And when is that? When is the King of the Tennessee?
This coming up Saturday at 6 p.m. to midnight.
On your channel?
I've got my team. There's 14 people that are in it right now, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So I've got a team there, and I say I've got a team. There's still going to be one King of the Tennessee River, but Team Snag and Whiskers, Dustin and I each have a team. His half is going to be on his channel, my half's on my channel, and so we're kind of going team 2 stands against Team Dustin. It's the 3 biggest fish that each angler catches. So whichever channel catches the most, has the most weight, they are going to be known as the king of the host of the King of the Tennessee tournament.
Dink over stink.
What's up, Dink?
But yeah, so that Daryl's going to be doing that with me and help me out with that, and I'm sure we're going to be contacting some people, or people can contact us if there's any donations and stuff they'd like to make towards that, and we'll have everything set up by next Saturday.
You see what 922 said? Here.
Hey, don't put that back up there. I want somebody else to see that right quick. Put that back up there, man.
That's a good code.
Hey, he was standing up to his name this morning. He was catching some crappie.
It's like that shoe company. When you buy one, they send one to a family in Africa or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
this morning on stand day, 922 caught crappie or sacre, specks, whatever you want to call them. Caught several of those. He caught white bass. He caught yellow perch, or other parts of the country called ring perch. He did catch catfish, since it was a catfish show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got some of them perch in the fridge going for bait sometime this week.
He got 5 or 6 different fish out there.
Oh
What's
yeah,
a yellow perch? Do I have those?
What's that, Tank?
What's a yellow perch? Do I have those?
I'm
Yellow
trying
perch.
to think. I don't know if they are down there.
It's bait.
Yeah, they're they're a panfish, sort of like a brim, bluegill. But it's a perch. It's a cousin to the walleye, and they call it yellow perch. It's got green. If you've ever seen a fire tiger pattern on a lure, the fire tiger, they look just like that. They got green and black stripes. They got the orange or yellow on the belly.
They're a perch family. Got that shape.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're cousins to the walleye.
Yeah, I don't think we have them. I figured if we did, they would be called something else.
Yeah, they'd definitely be. There'd definitely be another name for it, and
they can.
I don't know of it.
They can get decent size. I've seen some that were a couple that were like 7 pounds. That's like massive.
Yeah,
that's very rare, but they can get big.
Yeah, we used to catch them, and then they call them jumbos. The big yellow perch, they call them jumbos. Yeah. But we used to have them. The lake, we lived in upstate New York, and so it was a cooler water lake. And yeah, Parker's right. They're more of a northern orientation there. They're a little bit more colder. They like the colder water a little better.
Yeah.
But we would catch them on average like 14 inches long, 12 to 14 inches long.
So they average a little bigger than a sac-a-lait. That's a big fish.
Well, in that where we were at, they did a lot of places. They're closer to they're closer to the brim. They're, like, 8 inches or so.
Yeah, like up here back in the day, a few years ago, I was talking to this old timer. He fished Lake Michigan a lot when he was in his younger days, and back then there were so many. You could catch 50 a day for a bag limit.
Wow.
And he said back then they were averaging a pound and a half. And now the bag limit is 5, and you're lucky if you can catch 3.
Wow.
That's how bad. Yeah, because they brought in all the different salmon and stuff, and it just destroyed the smelt fishing and the perch fishing on Lake Michigan.
If you have perch in your waters, the yellow perch like that, and you fish for things like bass or other predator fish, man, fire tiger, that pattern fire tiger, you will not find a better pattern if you've got perch in your waters. That will be your number one pattern to use.
Yeah. All right, JD, thanks for stopping in, man.
it's pretty cool. They fish for perch. They I think in
Susquehanna
Chicago you
Sand
can talk to.
coming in.
What's that, Lance? Do you remember what it's called there, where they got that air thing and they shoot the lines out for the perch
Oh yeah, in Chicago.
in
I can't
Chicago? Yeah,
remember what
yeah.
it's called, but it's pretty neat. They got
Power
the
line? No, I don't know if it's power. It's something like that.
power lining or something.
Yeah, you use the air cannon and it poof and it shoots this line way out.
Yeah, you hook it up to a propane tank. Some guys hook it up to a propane tank and they shoot their lines way out there. They ain't got a cast.
The luck I got, the bait would get hung up and it'd blow the barrel off the back of it and then tear all the hair off my head.
But they do that in Chicago off the piers.
You know what? John said that, and I'm picturing like an old Bugs Bunny cartoon
What?
where John's beard and everything, he's got the black smoke all around the
Yeah.
face. Woo!
But you can actually look that up on YouTube. They got videos.
Yeah.
What? It blowing up?
John's like, sure, I'm glad I didn't let that one go in the boat.
Yeah.
How far does
man.
that shoot? God, no.
Like,
Man, it goes out pretty far.
yeah, I'm wanting to say like 500-600 feet. Like it really shoots it out there.
I feel like I would forget to like open the bail or something, and just would make it that far.
Now we've had some fun, and by we I mean Goober Time, Stand 3 and myself. Goober Time had the potato gun, and we've made it to shoot like catfish bait and stuff out. Not because we needed to, but you know, just because it's fun.
It just sounds fun.
And poof, you're shooting the. It's not going any further than a cast, but what could be more fun than shooting your bait out of a cannon out into the river? You know.
That's exactly what it's called. It's called power lining. If you put it in on YouTube, just put in power line fishing Chicago, and it'll pull it up.
It's really interesting.
Yeah. I mean, they do it for salmon fishing and stuff.
Stan said he's out fishing now and he's got a big fish kill. All the trout are washed up.
Oh, yeah.
That's no good.
I've seen guys where they actually do that power line fishing. They use a fire extinguisher.
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately up there, Pennsylvania trout are, you know, we talk about cold water. They love the cold water streams and brooks and all that. And you get that 90 whatever degree heat up there and it wreaks havoc on that normally cool water. Those fish aren't used to that. Man.
Yeah, they're having to go with this, with it warming up here. And in the 70s, 80s, and 90s for us, that's warm. So they're having to go out to 150, 200, 200 feet out. And they're fishing anywhere from 100 to 150 feet down just to catch some salmon and trout.
Yeah, well, trout are so temperature sensitive that if I remember, unless it's changed, you're not even allowed to fish for trout. Not only, you know, not possessed, but you're not even allowed to fish for them in the summertime months because they're so finicky with heat. Like it just kills them. It'll give bank fishermen a chance. That's right. And imagine the fun at the boats. You know, the boats that are out there. You know, I've been talking about casting a 10-ounce sinker at the Jackass Boaters. But imagine having the power line cannon. Boom! That boat comes back through here. He's mine.
You bring that down here, somebody's going to put an arrow on it and start spearfishing with it.
Oh, without a doubt, dude. It's they ain't gonna get. They won't be catching anything. They'll be duck hunting with them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So Creech went out last night, said that looks like the blues are coming off a spawn.
They are definitely coming off the spawn here. You saw Fish and Fever out in chat before. He was out with his wife on Saturday morning, and she got onto a 70-plus pounder.
Joshua Perham.
And then then that same night, he was out fishing with Dustin, and they got a 50-plus pounder. So a 70 plus and a 50 plus in the same day. So, and they had, the spawn marks and stuff. So I'd say they're coming. Some of them are coming off.
Yeah. Shoot, one more
Parker
fish and you
said-
win a tournament with those numbers.
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude.
What's up, Fishing and Freedom? Thanks for coming in, man. Parker said he caught a
up, Richard?
female blue yesterday. She was spewing eggs.
Wow.
Oh, today. He caught that today.
Hey,
Well, 922. That's because you're not supposed to launch the cannon at the DNR.
that's right.
That's why he objected. You launched it at him. You're not supposed to.
Shooting at people.
That's right. That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, most of our DNR guys around here, most of the game wardens and whatnot, they're pretty decent people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I was during the kids tournament. It was a last minute thing for me, so I just took my grandson Alien there, and I went to one of the local ponds and just kind of hung out underneath the tree, cast a couple rods out, let him play in the mud, and he caught a few small channel cats and stuff. But it was free fishing days here in Virginia, and the game warden, the DNR was walking around, and they had a whole little booth set up where they actually had rods for people to use that hadn't fished before. They had guys there volunteering to help people that hadn't, tying. If you've never done it before, nobody in your family has ever done it. It can be a daunting task to learn how to tie hooks, and
Yeah.
how many times do you see? This is one of my big pet peeves. If you see a kid out there, and I know today's day and age, you gotta go about it a certain way, but you see the kid out there, and he's got the bobber, and he's got a 12-inch rubber worm, 5 inches underneath the bobber. If you can, try to help out that kid. Try to just maybe tie a rig for him. Just try to help them out a little bit, because they're gonna just get frustrated, and
Yeah.
you see it a lot. But we're a lot of us are blessed, lucky that we've had people in our lives that were into fishing, and I've been fishing since before I remember, and my father taught me on hand lines, and being from down there, like my whole family ran trot lines and limb lines, and that was how they fed, and they'd take catfish and barter for other things, and that's just how it was. So
Yeah.
I remember that was one of my, when I was young, that was one of my chores, making the where you take the mason line and make the loop and put the hooks on it, and that was my job, making sure the hooks were all set up, and so not everybody was lucky enough to have somebody in their life teach them about tying knots and how to fish and where to go, and et cetera, et cetera.
And I think this community, I've always been impressed that everybody says good job, nice fish, no matter the size.
Yep.
Because a fish that I call big and what you call big, it depends on where you're at, how much experience you have.
Yeah.
If you catch a fish, be proud of it. It don't matter what it is.
Doesn't matter what size it is.
Jeremy reminded me that the other day with that flathead I caught. And I said, oh, it's just 12 pounds. And he said, that's still a nice fish.
Yeah.
Then he had to remind me.
You got that right. That's exactly right, Andrew. And like I said, I've been fishing over 50-something years. And the other night, I think it was Thursday, Dustin and I were out, and I had a suspend rod. And, man, this fish just blew up. Man, it hit that thing, and it ran that way. And I'm like, woo! And it's got the rod. It's trying to yank the rod out of my hand, going there. And it's coming back, and I'm just all excited. And it turned out to be a 18-pound, 7 blue cat. It was, less than 20, more than 15, less than 20.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, that fish fought so hard. I was so excited. I was having so much fun with that one fish that's it. And I say it a lot, like, it's not the size of the fish, size of the excitement. And
yeah,
I really believe it. I really believe it.
Yeah,
That's why I love fishing with an ultralight rod.
Exactly, crappie day. I mean, that's just like Friday when I was going for bait fish. As long as that rod bent over, I
Absolutely.
had a smile on my face, man. That tug, that's the excitement.
Crappie day fish, and you are right. Not all waters have large fish. It's
That's right.
Yeah,
relative. Yeah, I
exactly.
mean
Absolutely.
they'll have the biggest fish that are in those waters, and if you're catching the biggest fish in that water is 3 pounds, and you're catching it, well, guess what?
You doing it.
That's a monster.
Hmm.
That's it.
Yep, you do not ever. I know, especially where me and Creole are, where John is, we've got catfish over 150 pounds we've seen come out of hoop nets. So don't be sad that you're catching 5-10 pounders and we can consistently catch 30 to 50 pounders. That's just our water.
That's just the
It's
water.
Yeah.
not, it's
That's
not
all.
fair. Don't
You
compare.
can't
Don't
you
compare to
can't
other
compare
people's.
all the different
Look,
waters across the country. You can't compare fish
No.
from
And
different waters.
and if it is in your waters, it's just a matter of time. Could
Yeah,
be a little using a little bit bigger bait, a little bit bigger line, using
put
German
in the
steel
time in.
hooks.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
uh,
John
Yes.
Boy,
Use a German steel hook. The fish will come bite it. It totally works that way.
See, I
and
threw
John
that one
Boy.
out there.
John Boy's catfishing says he grew up on the Red River. We eat everything: goop, gar, catfish, spoonbill, turtles.
Turtles, yeah.
That goo is good
Hmm.
now.
And
You put him
another
in that oven and you bake him down. Oh, then you fry the turtle.
a similar thing I always tell Jeremy is we see a smaller boat and we're like, man, this boat's so much bigger. And I'm like, that guy in that little tiny John boat will outfish you all day long because he knows where to go.
Yep.
Yep.
Or once I started knowing who Danny Stone was, and he can tear up anybody in a 1v1 off the bank.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep.
Yeah. You know, we started here on the James River on the bank, and then we had a John boat, and
mm-hmm.
didn't even have a trolling motor at first. Just a little John boat out on the one of the best days that Stan 3 and I had on the James River was in a 12-foot John boat. I don't remember if we forgot the batteries or the trolling motor, but we had a couple. We had a coal shovel and something else. So we carried that John boat, launched it wherever, paddled out with coal shovels, and proceeded to catch fish after fish after fish.
Crappie ain't getting as bad as Jerry
Mike,
now.
Mike Irvin, thanks for coming in. I don't know about that crappie day. I'd eat that snizzle myself.
That's some good stuff.
You wouldn't get a fish, you'd get a lance. Yes, indeed.
What's up, wannabe?
What's up, Matt? Hope you're doing well. Good to see him out in chat.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. But
Yeah,
yeah,
always bring that up to Jeremy. Be happy with the size fish you have,
and what
whatever
you
rods and reels you have. If you can't afford our German hooks and our Ancient Mariner reels, whatever. Use what you got.
use what you got.
It don't matter. The
Hey,
fish won't bite because of the name brand you used.
No.
Yeah. You can go to Walmart, buy you the cheapest setup possible, what you can afford, and put a hook on the end of that line with a weight. You can catch a fish.
You know, and
I will never tell somebody they have to buy our $180 combo and fancy hooks if they're going out and catch 5-pound eater catfish all day.
No.
Right.
You don't need it. Don't bother.
And Hank, here's the way I look at it. If you've got to hang a picture on your wall, and you don't have a hammer, it don't rightly matter what hammer you go get. You're just hanging that one picture. Now
Mhm.
your job, you're building houses, you're going to use that hammer 5, 6, 7 days a week after week, month after month. Well, then it makes more sense. That better rod, the Ancient Mariner rod, the reels, the different hooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to make your
There you
job. It's
go.
going to make it more reliable. It's going to
Yeah.
make it easier to cast that bigger bait, to catch the bigger fish. But like you said, you're going out there a few times a year, just having fun. Get whatever,
Yeah.
you can go to Walmart and you get a $25 Lose Cat Daddy combo. and we've caught 40s and 50-pound fish on those.
John Boy,
There's a
John Boy, fried soft shell turtle is about the best.
ooh.
Yeah. Hey, he's making me hungry.
I know, I'm hungry.
Man, y'all got to quit that.
It don't take much. It don't take much, because just about everything down there can be turned into a meal. It
You
pretty
ain't
much
low?
bit moves. You can make a meal out of it, especially if you know how to make a gravy. It's over.
Yep.
Yeah, I went to a local tournament a couple weeks ago, and they had a trash fish section to who would catch the biggest trash fish. As they would come up, they didn't want to waste anything, so they would tell him how to clean all these different, like some needle nose gar, spoon bill, some carp, and there was somebody there that said, "This is how you eat it, not to waste it."
Mike Sampson, thanks for coming in.
Good to see you, Stampy. There you go. You got that right, 922.
Yep.
He is 922 talks River Cats Tackle and Ancient Mariner every single week. So big shout out to him.
Yeah.
I mean, you talking about cheap setups. There's this. I mean, that reel, it's a newer Zebco 33, but it's about 16 years old now. This was my oldest daughter's reel. But this rod, this is Zebco rod I bought at a garage sale up here for $3. That and the actual old school rod reel, which is, well, no, this is the rod and reel.
There it is.
The old Zebco 33.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, that's got 20-pound tests on it. I was going after catfish with this.
Believe it or not, Lance, when Pop was still around, when I can remember this back when I was 8, 9 years old. He used to have one like that. And
yeah, a little pistol grip, man. I love them.
Yeah,
that's what I started out with.
But you see, the thing was, Pop couldn't see. Pop was blind.
Right.
So he'd stand there facing the river, and he said, "Look." He'd take his hand and he'd put it out, and he says, "Tell me what's straight." And you tell him, he said, "Right there." And Pop would take that rod and cast it on his own. Yeah, he was independent now. He didn't let that bother him.
Yeah,
right.
I never thought about that, but yeah, that Zebco 33 like that with the one hand.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of cheap setups,
he could probably tell how far out it was by the amount of time before it hit the water and everything.
Oh yeah.
I know me and Jeremy did. How many of y'all grew up? You didn't even get a Zebco yet. We all started on cane poles.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I ain't talking about a nice plastic jig pole. I'm talking a cane pole.
Cane pole. That's right.
When I was a kid in Hawaii, we used to go up in the mountains and cut the cane pole.
Mom and Daddy made us do the same thing.
My dad would be like, "Pick one out." We'd pick it out. He'd cut it down. We'd go to my grandpa's house because he lived right on the water. We'd go on the pier. My dad would measure out the line, tie the hook on, and we'd fish with cane poles.
Yeah, Joshua wants to know what is some of your favorite rigs to tie. I'm a lazy fisherman. I don't ask me. Mine is so simple.
Well, Joshua, it depends. It depends on
where you're fishing.
Yeah. And it depends on what you're fishing for. If I'm going out and I want to catch a bunch of eaters, my favorite rig is a double Kentucky rig, high-low rig. There's so many names for it. Your sinker's on the bottom, a dropper rig. Your sinker's on the bottom. You got two hooks, however far, like if they're up off, if you think it's the fish are up off the bottom a little more, if you got some weeds and muck and stuff on the bottom, you raise your hooks up a little bit more. But you can control exactly how far up off the bottom they are.
Yep.
and I'll use the 2 hooks, the double hooks like that, and some small to medium sized baits. I love that one for catching numbers of fish. If I'm going out there and targeting the biggest fish out there, it's hard to beat a Carolina or a Santee rig. Same thing. If you want that bait up off the bottom, that's the only difference. You put the float or the spook or the rat, whatever, above the bait, so it'll keep it floated up above out of the muck and stuff. And that's your Santee rig. Carolina rig is the same thing. Comes down off the swivel. It's just got the hook. Carolina is just your basic, simple. They call the fish finder rig. They use that a lot in saltwater too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just your line comes down. There's a sinker above it. You got a swivel, and then just a leader to the hook, and use the big hooks for the big baits. And if I'm fishing in current and I'm targeting big fish, I'll use a rig like that because I think that tends to make the bait ride a little better. It doesn't got a lot of other stuff throwing it off, and it makes the bait ride better in current. But those are the two, pretty much the 2 rigs that we use almost all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, 922. I used a lot of I grew up with the bamboo that would go cut in the mountains in Hawaii. Some strong stuff, that's for sure.
You used to be able to ride around through the fields over here and find cane reed growing up in them ditches all the time.
That's right. And if you cut the wrong one, you get whooped with it and had to go back. Oh no, wait, that's a switch. Never mind. That's a different. That's a different. That's
yeah,
a different
that too.
topic.
Go pick your own.
That's a different topic. Different topic.
And that was even nice. They let you go pick your own too, huh?
That's right. That's right. But don't pick the
Yeah.
wrong one. You get whooped, and then you got to go back out and get another one. Get whooped again.
Yeah.
Not that I was a bad kid or a troublemaker or anything.
Oh, none of us was. None of us done that, man. We was all good.
Yeah. My previous flathead PB probably was on a cane pole. That's how long it's been since I caught one.
But I tell you what, how much fun was that? It's a blast. Cane poles, man.
Man,
So
want fun? Catch a shoe pick on a cane pole.
Oh,
I was just thinking that, John.
Catch a shoe pick on a cane pole. On that, man, look, you talk about something. That cane pole roll over like that. That shoe pick don't stop.
There you go. Creo says, I'll use my modified Carolina rig for just about everything. I'll add a dropper to elevate my bait in fast water. There you go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's basically
Dan brought up all those different rigs. I also use what I call the slide rig, saltwater rig we used in Hawaii. You can use cut bait or live bait. We usually used live bait. When I say live bait, smallest bait was maybe 5 pounds. But
the smallest bait was like 5 pounds.
I mean, Richard Fishing Freedom, he actually, I think he's got some. He used it before. He used it off the boat, I believe.
Is that what you caught your tiger shark on?
Yeah. I mean, it's nice because you don't got to worry about the bait flying off because you cast out just a sinker. And then you got, what it is a pigtail with your leader, your hook tied onto it. You put that pigtail on the main line, you just slide it down. If you got live bait, that fish will just swim up and down that line.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good garfish rig.
You know, other than that, there's basically, you either got your sinker on the bottom below the bait, or you got your sinker above the bait, and pretty much every rig out there is just a different variation of those two. You know, whether it's a sliding sinker or it's a fixed sinker, or you got your 3-way, but your sinker's still in front of your bait. It's basically, you know, that's your sinker's below the bait or it's above it, and all the variations of rig. They add a float to it or rattles or this or that, and they add a different, add line to make it come further up off the bottom. All the rigs are pretty much from there, and then they just add little different things to make different rigs.
Mm-hmm.
My first ever catfish rig, it would be a hook on the bottom, a sliding egg sinker above it, and Dad would take a broken matchstick and put it in the line in a loop to stop it. And that was it. We caught a lot of goo with that.
Yep.
Yeah, you know,
I'm right here.
you think back and like sometimes I think we make things way too complicated.
Yeah. That's
See,
why you don't ask me. I'm
that's
old.
the weighted slide rig. It's just got an egg sinker on it.
Yep.
Then you tie your leader on the barrel swivel, and this top part here, that's what you put on your main line. You just slide it down, so you can make your leader line as long as you want or as short as you want. And I got a bunch of those made up.
Thank you, Guerrero. Guerrero reminded
You
us.
got that's your stop your stop ring right there. Tie your main line onto his barrel swivel, and put your sinker on the stop ring. So you use I use about 15 to 20 pound test, because you want your sinker line to break when that fish starts, when he takes off with your bait, and you ain't got to worry about your sinker getting hung up in the rocks or log jams or whatever.
So would that be good for bank fishing at like the hydro and all the rocks? Just break the sinker off.
Yeah.
I've been trying to come up with something for that.
Heck, you could use it off the boat. Use that for your lines right there that you drop straight down.
I'm gonna have to start doing some more fishing with when I'm fishing a real snaggy area like that, where you're gonna lose a lot of sinkers and you want your bait to be in a certain spot. What I use is a rock as a sinker. I take a rubber band and I tie the rubber band to the line, and I just wrap that around whatever size rock you need. And the point of that is you want that rock to get down there and get hung up, because that's what's going to stop your bait. Then when the fish hits it, it just pulls that rubber band. It breaks that rubber band off. You're not putting any lead in the water. You're leaving the rock there. And then when you're fighting the fish, it's just you and the fish. Especially like where you're using the heavier weights, like what y'all would use. You're not fighting the weight also. It's just you and the fish, and that weight is left in the water. The rock is just left in the water. So
yeah.
See, that's pretty much what my rig is. The anchor gets hung up, and the way I tie the weight on it, all I got to do is put enough pressure and it'll come undone. It's a guaranteed slip knot to slip undone.
there you go.
Nice.
Yep.
But there's every situation, just like what Tank was saying there. He was trying to come up with a rig for a specific situation that they fished there, and that's what you do. You just keep messing around, trying this, trying that, and eventually you'll find the thing. So yeah, don't get frustrated if you have a situation like that out there where you're getting snagged up a lot. Try to find different things.
Try different things.
That can be one of the most productive areas to fish, because the fish are looking for those kind of things. So
but
if it's easy to fish there's probably not fish in the spot.
Words of wisdom right there.
Hey, I've been there. I've been in spots where if you get everything back and you ain't got no trouble getting it all back, 80% of the time you ain't gonna get a fish. You got to go where you're gonna lose everything.
Yep.
It happens.
Yeah, we had found a log jam that bayou we were fishing where I caught that yellowcat, and there was a log jam underwater. I think Jeremy said on the 2D it was like a 10 foot deep of solid logs.
Yeah.
Just at the mouth of a big creek coming off the Mississippi. So we're like, they're down there. if we can drop a rig in it to get to them. I'm sure he's going to correct me or something in chat. We also couldn't find a spot to get the boat steady was the big problem because the backflow and the wash, it was a weird spot, and it was already the end of the day.
Wow, 922 throwing shots out there. Wait, Stan fishes?
Woo.
Not as much as I used to. I talk way more about fishing now than I actually fish. So. But, that's what us old fellas do. We like to talk now.
I try to fish more than I talk. But it don't always work that way.
Some of us can actually go out there and fish, and some of us just talk about it. That's just all there is to it.
Hey, it takes all kinds.
That's right.
Yes, indeed.
But I tell you what, I can talk about it now.
That's it.
Man, you should have saw last week. I must have talked for 22 straight hours about fishing. I was on fire.
Yeah, John, you know where we were for sure.
Yeah, James, not one I call all the time. Laugh out loud. Yeah, half the time you calling me right when I'm in the middle of something. Never fails. That dude calls me right in the middle of doing something. And then I try to answer the phone call. He hangs up. Then I try to call him back, and then he don't answer.
Yeah, don't answer me, huh? Well, how do you like this?
Yeah, you don't answer. You didn't answer. Why should I answer?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Usually when I text John, he forgets and I don't hear nothing back. And then like a week or two later, he'll call me and be like, remember that thing you told me 2 weeks ago? Well, I went ahead and did it.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
That happened today, didn't it?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I
thought you ignored it.
Oh man.
Yeah, I need 922 to give me a call in a little bit.
There you go. You heard that, 922. You got to
You
call
heard
John.
that, 922. I need you to give me a call in a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I beat him on Jody's Friday Night Challenge. That can't be found again. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, he's rubbing that in, ain't he?
Wow.
Oh, at least he's picking on somebody else, ain't he, John?
I tell you
Hey,
what.
I'm glad it's not me.
Exactly. Hey, you want to come up every Sunday, Stan?
Man, oh man, I tell you what.
Look, man, on Sunday evenings, man, it usually goes down the tubes for me.
You never know who it's going to. It's me now. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just glad.
I'm trying to find that. I'm trying to find that bullseye that's on my back or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Did somebody put a kick me sign back there? Is there a kick me sign? No, but big shout out to 922. I appreciate him. He comes out there almost every Sunday morning with us, fishing stand day.
Yep.
A lot of fun.
I usually sit there and watch stand day while I'm eating biscuits.
Oh, man.
And biscuits.
You put that out there this morning. My wife saw me. She's like, "Oh man, you're messing with him now." Biscuits. I could eat biscuits every day of my life. Biscuits and cornbread, forget it. Every day I could eat them.
Yeah.
Boy, that was cold-hearted. Hey, we all need to be proud of Bobby. He caught more than one species today. I got a call telling me, and I said anyone can catch fish in a pond.
Thank you, Matt. Here, Matt's got my back. He's sticking up for me. Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
And 922 say, so true.
Yeah.
Goodness. But fellas, I think we done went way beyond what we anticipated on being on here, but that's how it is. Carried away, you know.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. That's why this is awesome. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's it, man. That you know, not all the times it has to be technical and all
Nope.
that.
Yeah.
There were
You
some
know?
questions answered. There was some technical stuff. There was some fun stuff.
Man,
We
James
talked about
Chris and I-
garballs. And we even talked about your potential new sponsor, D's Nuts.
That's right. And hey, Stan, being you considered as part of this too, you read that comment James made.
Oh, that must be an old guy thing. Y'all love them biscuits. Oh man, you'll get there too one of these days, James.
Yeah, sooner or later he'll get there.
Yep, you'll
I
move
like
out of
biscuits
mom's
now. I ain't
basement.
old yet.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, sometimes you just get in there, have a little fun, talk a little smack,
Yeah.
and just enjoy the evening shooting the bull.
There you go.
But you got what, Tuesday nights at, what is it, 7 p.m.? You got Creole and Muskrat.
That's
You
8
got
Eastern.
You got Stan. What time's your show at, Stan? On Fridays?
It's 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central.
7 the right time.
Hey,
That's right.
you guys know the deal.
That's right.
Check
Yeah.
them out on them days, and thanks for hanging out tonight. We'll see you guys next week.
Always fun. Thank you. Is it gonna work?